Hi, everyone. My name is Abigail Sapir, and we welcome to Foundational Healing Week 1. I am coming to you from Israel, as are a few of our other guests, but we also have people joining us from all around the world. And that is really exciting to be part of such an amazing global community that is dedicated to exploring natural ways to support and enhance your health. And whether you're here for the full duration of all 12 classes, or you're just joining us for the first time and you will see what you want when you want, you are welcome anytime. Just a quick note, for those who are doing this course for the certification, there is going to be 3 times during this class that I am going to give you a word or key phrase specifically for the certification. And so make sure that you have your notebooks ready or your camera. You can record, you can take pictures of slides. And after this class, with God's help, the video is going to be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and you can watch it as many times as you want before the quiz. We are going to do a quiz next week. Before the class, it will be sent the day before the class. It will be sent to all participants who signed up for the certification course. In case you're joining us for the first time and you don't know about the certification, in order to receive your certification, you have to attend every class. That doesn't mean you have to be here live, but the ones who watch the class live or watch the class from the recording and take the notes and are able to verify that they heard all of the key words or phrases and they pass their quizzes, they will receive the certification. So it's those 2 requirements that for every single class, you have recorded all of the key phrases or words, and you are able to write them in the quiz, and you pass the quizzes. If you have problems with that, just talk to us separately and we can work something out. But we will have to have those proofs that you passed the tests and that you have attended all the classes. So we're going to have a great time together and celebrate how incredible our bodies are. What wonderful creations that are designed to heal themselves when they're provided with the right environment, the right information, and the right tools. So in this series, we're going to explore how to create that balance and promote well-being through essential oils, bioavailable supplements, and nutrient-rich foods. So let's embark on this journey together to unlock the tools for vibrant health and a balanced life. I would like to take a moment to quickly introduce you to our team. Here's a few of our members. And we are a part of the company called doTERRA. Now, our team, I think, is very unique, although I met a really similar one recently, and I was very happy to meet them. Our team supports each other so much. We are not in this business to make sales. We are in this business to heal. We are medical professionals, therapists, wellness experts, wellness beginners, people that love everything natural, and people who are just now coming to the desire to switch from chemical-based products and environments to something more natural. So there's a wide variety of people, and from all faiths, from all cultures, from all countries, and we're just so excited to be able to support all of you like this. We have in-person meetings and we have online meetings. We have training for our members, like this class. We have training for our business leaders. We have so much support available, and it's really a wonderful place to be if this is the kind of community you want to be involved in just in your wellness journey, or if you also want to work in the wellness field. Our company, doTERRA, is the leading essential oil company in the world. There is no other company that is as big, a multi-billion-dollar company. There's no other company that is committed to transparency and is able to provide that transparency in their science, in their medical research, in their products, in their sourcing, in their way of growth and their sustainability. And we are so excited to be able to work with them. They're the only company that is committed and has publicly and transparently committed themselves to an extremely high standard of quality therapeutic oils. They're the only highest tested grade oils in the world. They're rigorously tested to meet professional standards for clinical and therapeutic use, which makes them suitable for doctors to incorporate into treatment plans and use as prescriptions. And when you really break that down, you can see the kind of quality that's required for that. Not only does the product have to be pure and free from contaminants, but it has to be very powerful. And I want to give you an example of that. Peppermint. For digestive issues, peppermint is a wonderful support. 1 drop of peppermint oil from doTERRA is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Now, not only is that absolutely extraordinary as far as potency, but it really is a game changer when it comes to wellness and healing. When someone has a digestive issue, whether it's just a little indigestion after the wrong kind of meal, or whether you're suffering with IBS or Crohn's, you can't drink 28 cups of peppermint tea at any moment in time. And so if you want to have a more medicinal therapeutic effect from the plants, you have to have something that is very potent. It doesn't, just putting our dried herbs on our meal is not a strong medicine, although it is a preventative medicine. And so we're very grateful for that. That when we incorporate these plants into our everyday life in any form, whether it's herbs or teas or tinctures or Bach flowers or homeopathics, compresses, these are wonderful solutions to help prevent illnesses in our body. So the level of quality that we receive from doTERRA is bar none in the world. And they are so committed to this standard, even though there's no regulation in the market. So without anybody holding them to a high standard, what they did was they decided to create their own regulation protocol and standard, which they're transparent about and they share. And not only that, if something happens with the crops, whether it's due to irrigation issues or weather issues, or something happened and the plants did not have the same chemical constituents as the year before, they weren't able to get the same clarity or potency as they could the year before, they will not sell them to us, their clients, or to medical professionals, because consistency is key. You can't prescribe something if it's going to be a different amount every single time you need to order it. And so they're not wasted, though. We are committed to sustainability. And so we sell them to cosmetic companies, which end up getting a much higher grade of essential oils than from other companies in the world. And so they're very glad for those oils that they can put into their cosmetics, and they're still wonderful. So there are so many good things about doTERRA. And the name of the testing that they have created is called CPTG. And you can see on the screen there that it's certified pure tested grade oils. Now, this certified pure tested grade means that everything in this container is guaranteed to be pure, and that it has been tested through all the multiple third-party laboratories for all different kinds of components, and that it is a high grade, and is suitable to be used in therapeutic use. So the picture here is one of our latest conventions in Israel called Resilience. And in fact, at the podium there is the general manager of the Israel branch, and his name is Pini Avraham, and he is a wonderful support to us. We love this team so much. We're so grateful for them. And you see at the bottom of the screen here, doTERRA Healing Hands. So doTERRA is really committed to purity, potency, and sustainability, right? So we've got the purity and potency because we want to be able to support major issues in the body, not just use of preventative measures, okay? And the sustainability is how it's grown and how the local communities are supported and how we're not using outside forces moving into new places to create something new, but instead we're using what is already in an indigenous area and supporting that area instead of trying to recreate the wheel. We partner with tree companies. We partner with all sorts of different companies to use their leftovers, to use the leftover cuttings. We try to never take anything that doesn't have to be taken. And in fact, in places where people have been using natural essential oils or taking the essence of plants for many years and sometimes many generations, they're not always updated in the most modern ways of sustainability for the trees, well-being, health, and continued production. And so we help them learn that and we teach them that so that not only can they make more money, but the trees and plants can be healthier and produce oils for much longer. There's so many good things. So the sustainability in doTERRA is the sustainability of wellness. We learn not by buying a product off the shelf and consuming it. We learn by teaching and educating each other. And then we learn how our bodies work so that we can know what to use to support them. So our body becomes very efficient and sustained longer. We have sustainability in business. How do we go from drawing water from a well to creating a pipeline that is a win-win for everyone, with no one in an area where they're suffering to be part of the community or to be part of the pipeline? And we have sustainability in charity. How can we help and supply? How can we create a situation where everybody is giving and receiving and no one is left out? And so a lot of the products some of the products that we buy from the company, from doTERRA, the proceeds go towards charity, towards helping with first responders, providing supplies for young women in areas around the world that are underdeveloped, and for working with even kidnapped and trafficked children to bring them to safety and close up those rings and traffic runs. And so the whole entire company is built around the desire to not only heal, but in the whole picture of the life, to pursue what is pure. And that is one of the most beautiful things for me about the company. It makes me so happy. So today we want to learn about essential oils, right? And we're going to start with safety and dilution. Safety and dilution is, I'm going to go back to that slide. There we go. Safety and dilution is extremely important and the foundation of our education for supporting our wellness journey and our body to heal itself. So since we are using our own resources to support our own wellness system, we need to know what we're doing, because we don't want to run to the doctor every time. We don't want to have to ask someone every time. We want to have more control over our bodies and just really a lot more understanding about how we work, so that we're partnering with ourselves instead of working against ourselves, which unfortunately can be really easy to do in this day and age of convenience. So we're going to talk about what essential oils are, how they help to promote our health, and how we can use them safely. So first, let's talk about what essential oils are. Now, essential oils are highly concentrated plant extracts that capture the natural fragrance and therapeutic properties of the plants. But where do they come from? So they come from seeds, they come from buds, from stems, from flowers, from leaves, and from roots, which root would also be, fall into the bark category. Bark is like, we have bark, cinnamon bark, and we have resin from bark, like in the frankincense and myrrh. And so we already mentioned as well that we're working with essential oils, but there are so many other modalities like the tinctures and teas, etc. So each of these methods really is able to tap into nature's healing power and provide us this range of options for supporting our health in a really natural and balanced way. Now, these oils are being steam distilled for the most part. Your flowers, leaves, bark, and roots are all steam distilled. And citrus is cold pressed. Now, citrus is pressed like this to squeeze the oil out without any heating. And so citrus is the only one you have to watch when you know someone has allergies or is taking medication. And so you need to check with your health provider or your aromatherapist, ideally someone in doTERRA that understands or can show you or prove the constituents of each oil and what they're counter indicative in medications or with histamine responses from citrus. When you have a steam distilled plant, however, you cannot have an allergic reaction. The proteins are taken out, the part of the plant that can interact with the histamine, with your allergy sensors in the body is taken out. And so if someone has an adverse reaction from very pure essential oils on their skin, it's a sensitivity reaction. It's not an allergy, even though it can present as very similar. So these essential oils are the essence of the plant, right? And they are really a gift from the earth. And the fun thing is that is exactly what doTERRA means. Do is gift and terra is earth. doTERRA. They're distilled and prepared for you to bring the power of nature into your home and into your being. It's like walking around with a garden around you all the time, and you can choose what kind of garden you're in. It's so much fun. And it's not just us that have fun with essential oils. They have been used for over 1,000 years, but we're only now scratching the surface of their potential. And in the past, knowledge of essential oils was solely based off of anecdotal experience. However, scientific research in these last years has increased so exponentially that in the last decade, there's been more studies published about essential oils than in the last 500 years combined. Incredible, right? So essential oils. Why essential oils? Well, CPTG oils are often our first choice in natural medicine because of their fast, direct, and highly effective support for the body, mind, and spirit. And understanding how essential oils introduce therapeutic effects through their chemical interactions can lead to a renewed sense of confidence in their use and inspire new opportunities for application in daily life. Traditional aromatherapy wasn't able to provide us with the training that we have now in essential oils, because for the most part, essential oils are contaminated. Most oils in the world are not pure. And unfortunately, they found recently in India one of the countries in the world who uses the most essential oils, that 95 or 97% of their essential oils were not pure. They had contaminants, or they're mixed with other oils. So it might say peppermint, but it's mixed with peppermint and something else, or multiple kinds of peppermint, which is a nice thing. However, when you're using oils in a therapeutic or medicinal way, you have to know exactly what the chemical constituent is. So this is very, very important, and it's very unique. And their concentrated nature allows for quick absorption, whether through the skin, inhalation, or internally, and it delivers those potent therapeutic effects very quickly. And they're very versatile as well. So when compared to other modalities, their reaction in the body is much faster. So this is one of the reasons that we appreciate essential oils first over other modalities. Now, I'm not saying that I use essential oils instead of other preventative measures like teas and tinctures and herbs and stuff like that. Not at all. I use all of those all the time. But this is what's in my medicine cabinet. And this is what is especially effective in supporting my emotional health and stability, which for a lot of people on the earth this moment in time is seems almost impossible some days. So their ease of use and powerful therapeutic properties really make them a go-to for many seeking natural wellness solutions. And the nice thing about doTERRA oils is that each bottle of essential oil contains a unique blend of chemical constituents, and understanding that can help you to know how to better treat your body. Now, usually in a company, you will have numbers assigned to standard batches, right? They'll make a batch of 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever it is, right? Depending on how big the company is. And you'll have a batch number. So each one of those bottles would have, from that batch, would have the same number. Now, if something happens in one individual bottle, something drops in, it got contaminated somehow, there was a crack, you don't know what happened, right? Something happened to the shipping, whatever happened, and it's found out that something went wrong, they have to recall the whole entire batch because they don't know where the problem came in. doTERRA spends a little bit extra money and effort to assign a specific number per bottle, allowing for its precise tracking of quality and sourcing. So that number doesn't just tell you which batch it came from, it tells you all of the tests that were done, where it came from in the world. And so this system ensures that each bottle's purity and potency and authenticity can really be verified. And it offers just an extra layer of transparency and trust for the customers who are seeking the highest quality of essential oils. So at the end of this slide, I am going to now give you the key phrase, your first key phrase for certification, and that is CPTG, which means, do you remember? Certified, tested, pure grade. Just a note, this must be written exactly in the quiz, okay? When it asks for CPTG, you need to remember CPTG. You also need to remember, so it's an acronym. You need to be able to remember the acronym CPTG, and you need to remember what it stands for, Certified, Tested, Pure Grade. Okay, I hope everyone got that one written down. So we already talked a little bit about how these oils help us with emotional well-being, with immune support and digestive functions, and a little bit about respiratory health, but we didn't talk so much about skincare. And so just wanted to remind you about that. We use the essential oils on our skin, not just for cleansing and purifying the skin and detoxing the skin, but also just daily, every day, moisturizing, increasing the tone of the skin, the strength of the skin, elasticity, and working to reduce and prevent those lines and wrinkles and skin irritations or spots, whatever it comes. there is so much that we can do for skin support with essential oils and bio available whole food supplements, which we will talk about in a later class. So when we're using the pure medical grade essential oils, it offers a lot of benefits. Okay, aromatically, smell is the highest sensory experience, and the elegant aroma of essential oils have unique scents that are uplifting and calming and clearing and inspiring, and much more. So in order to use the essential oil aromatically, we have a few options. We've got your diffuser, your everyday diffuser. You can get it from anywhere. I have tried buying diffusers online, in pharmacies, in aromatherapy stores, and I haven't bought anything from any of those places that has lasted as long as the ones that I get through doTERRA. And they're a little more expensive, but they just seem to last longer. But you can use any diffuser you want, as long as it is a water-cold diffuser, or it diffuses the oil directly without any water. We don't want to heat the oils up. We don't want to burn the oils. And so that is very important to remember, because even though it's very rare that you're going to be affected from their carcinogenic potential when they're burning, the whole purpose now of this wellness journey is to begin to avoid more of the things that are impure, and to let go from our lives the chemicals and the what was that word? Well, yeah, okay, non-natural things, pollutants, right? We want pollutants out. So there's no point in trying to get away with, burning the oils. Just diffuse them, even when it is humid inside and you're like, I don't want to put more moisture into the air. Put a little bit of On Guard in there. On Guard kills mold spores. And so you are able to put that into the air without worrying about making things too moist and growing mold or attracting funguses and stuff like that. That's the wonderful side benefit of On Guard, which we'll talk about actually in our next slide. So you can see that. That's one of my personal favorites. Cannot keep it in stock enough. The other way we can use, so through aromatically, we've got spray bottles. Put some water or some witch hazel in a spray bottle, spray it on your skin, spray it in the air, spray it on your linens. Don't spray it on silk. Like, we have to use our head, right? Just because we know we can spray it on linens doesn't mean I can spray liquid on any liquid on every kind of linen. So if I'm spraying my silk, it's going to stain no matter what I use. So I'm not going to be silly about it. Use a lot of common sense. And when we need a quick personal fragrance, we carry roller bottles. I feel like I have stuff around me and I just can't see it to show you. We have roller bottles. We make roller bottles. We buy pre-mixed roller bottles, however you want to use them. We also like to make little spray bottles. We use little perfume bottles and put some mixes in there. When you're using it through smell, aromatically, essential oils really purify the air. So when you have the diffuser going, it's being consistently purified. When you're out and about, you can't have that constant diffusing around you. And so we have the roller bottles. We can put it right under our nose. That lasts about 15 minutes. Okay. So if you're flying, you're in a restroom, you're in a train, you're in a bus, like anywhere where there's like this concentrated air and it doesn't always smell nice. And if it doesn't smell nice, it's not pure. And there are molecules of whatever's not smelling nice in the air. And that's how we smell it, because we're inhaling the molecules from that not such great smell. So I really want my air to be purified. I try to always have essential oils with me for this purpose and many others. And the other thing you can do is to put a drop in your palm and cup your hands like this, and then inhale. Stick it over your nose and inhale. And this is a wonderful way to inhale the oils without bothering everyone around you and without keeping it on your clothes. So that's a nice one. Quick fix too. Maybe in the morning when you wake up and you don't need to go through lots of complicated things. You just need a quick little breath to wake up. You can put some breathe in there or some balance. I love balance. I put it on my wrists, on my feet, and I rub it in my hands and breathe in. And what an amazing way to wake up, as well as go to sleep. Just a little extra there. So that's always a good suggestion. If you're putting it on your skin, breathe it also. Get as much as benefit as you can. Okay, so now talking about skin, we can use them in massage. We can use them in creams and lotions. We use them for spot problems. If you have, I don't have anything to show. If you've got a mole or growth or a sunspot or acne, you can use certain oils and use them on that little spot itself and not spread it around, just on that little spot. So that's how we target the areas. If you've got if you're having problems with your digestion and you're going to put some Digestin on your tummy, we're going to learn about that next slide. You're going to rub it over your tummy, which would be the targeted area of distress. And then you can also breathe it in. And with Digestin, you can take it internally. And now you're supporting from various ways. The way our body metabolizes the oils is different through the skin, through aromatically, and internally. They each have some overlapping health benefits, and they each have their own unique health benefits from that oil in those different ways. So some oils, just because all of these oils are so pure, does not mean that you can take all oils internally. Again, common sense. We cannot digest cypress, so we do not take cypress essential oil internally, right? Okay, and then the other way, as we're talking about internally, is ingesting it. So we like to add it to a glass of water or juice or a shake. We can also stir it into warm tea. When you're using essential oils in your cooking, in your food, I suggest very much using a toothpick instead of a full drop, because remember, 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that can be way too potent for most people. So you don't want a full drop in your bowl of soup. That would be like eating a huge bushel of oregano. Might be great for your body therapeutically, but it will not be a balanced taste in your salad. Okay, so, or soup. So we use a toothpick, we stick it into the bottle, we swirl it, and then we mix it with our food. Taste test. You can always add more. You cannot take it out. The last way that we use it internally, this last way basically is, especially for therapeutic uses and for hot spicy oils or any of the oils you don't like the taste of that are internal use, we put them in a vegetable capsule. This allows us to get a lot more oils in at one time, and we don't have to bother with the taste or the possible burning of oregano. And you can also add to like a little bit of coconut oil and take it internally, or peanut butter and stuff like that. So we can always be very creative. Now, we choose doTERRA's 10 foundational oils for our medicine cabinets because they provide a versatile and a natural toolkit for addressing common health. These oils are carefully chosen for their purity and potency and effectiveness, and they offer us the support for immunity, digestion, respiratory, pain relief, emotional balance, and so much more. So whether you're just trying to soothe your headache or ease stress or boost your energy, these oils will empower you to manage your wellness naturally, safely, and effectively. Now, you may ask, aren't all essential oils foundational healers? Yes. And within that category of pure oils, these 10 oils can address approximately 70 to 80% of the health issues for an average person or family that they may encounter throughout their lifetime. So this is why this group of 10 is our main medicine cabinet. Now, of course, we like to add other supports in, like, for example, lavender is something that supports a good sleep, good rest, calming down. And so for some people, that will be really good, and some people will struggle more and need something more powerful. And so we have a blend called Serenity. And Serenity is an even more powerful blend of oils that we do not take internally, but that really directly address. Sorry, sometimes I lose my words. I directly address sleep issues and support sleep issues and help the body to just be able to relax more and get into its own natural rhythm. So as you can see, these 10 oils cover such a wide variety of things. And, I'll say that in the next slide. So let's start with Melaleuca. Great for skin blemishes, skin hair, nail hair, care, skin care, nail hair, care. I really hope we don't have hair on our nails. And also good for fighting against funguses, right? Athlete's foot, but also great for fighting against infections. Has so many health benefits. Now, next to it, you see frankincense. Frankincense is the king of oils and can be used for everything, is effective for everything, and it's also an enhancer. That means that whatever oil you pair it with, it will not only give you its own health benefits, but it will also increase the health benefits of the oil you paired it with. So that's mainly what I use a frankincense for, even though I love the smell of the oil on its own. And we get a special deal once a year in the winter, at least once a year, to get this oil for free. So that is our gift to ourselves every year is frankincense. I tried, and you can always use it. Always, always, always. So I mainly use it as an enhancer with other oils. Now, lavender, we talked about lavender. Lavender also supports your respiratory health. Next to it is Breathe. This Breathe blend is specifically formulated for respiratory health. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with asthma, and I didn't want to take the inhaler, but I couldn't breathe. And it was really, really sad for me. And then I got introduced to doTERRA. And so I tried respiratory support oils. I took lavender and Breathe, and every time I had an attack, I would use my inhaler and then I would use the oils, breathe them in, and then I would put a drop of lavender on my tongue. It was so good. And it like made the inhale. Well, I was thinking it was making the inhaler more effective because it was more effective using the both together than just the inhaler. So as I continued to use the oils and work with them in my health issues, I was using them more often than just with the inhaler in an attack. I was diffusing them during the day. I was putting them on my pillow. I was using them at night. And I had less attacks. They were coming less often. I was using my inhaler less. So I had the idea. Now, this is me. I have a lot of training, and I wanted to experiment on myself. I do not suggest that everyone try this, but we do have medical freedom over our own body. So we may try things if we want to, but always educate yourself, always ask for advice. Information is power. So this was my power. And I knew I could, if I had it right in front of me, that I could hold my breath long enough calmly without freaking out. When I would have an attack and I couldn't breathe, I would just tell myself I'm holding my breath so that I don't have the fight or flight reaction in my body. I don't want my adrenaline to rise. I don't need my heartbeat racing. I don't need to feel desperate to get a breath. I need to fix myself, get my inhaler or get my oils or whatever, right? So I would keep them right next to each other, and I would just quickly breathe in the oils first and then take my inhaler. And it was about 3 months, and I just didn't need the inhaler anymore. The oils worked so fast that almost immediately when I started using the oils first before the inhaler, it was just maybe 2 or 3 attacks, and I didn't use the inhaler anymore. So I kept it with me. I took it with me. It was less than, after 6 months, I just left it home. I just didn't need it anymore. I went back to the doctor, checked in, don't have asthma. So that's one of my stories. And next to it is my second favorite story. I'm going to tell you real quickly because it's just so incredible. I was cutting down a tree a couple years ago, and it was a small tree, but it was heavy. It fell on my hand, and I really thought it was completely broken. I couldn't move it. It swelled up instantly, just ballooned, black, blue, purple. And I thought it was out of commission for a few months because I'm a massage therapist as well. And I just yelled for my daughter to bring me deep blue. This little oil over here on the right, you see that? Muscle, anti-inflammatory, cooling. So I had the cream. I didn't have the oil. I had the cream that we'll show in a different class. And I just slathered my hand in it. Now, something I learned in aromatherapy is if you want to be effective with aromatherapy, or really, truly any natural solution, you must address the issue quickly. So we say, hit it hard, hit it fast, and be consistent. We have to do it a lot. That's why we have concentrated support solutions, natural solutions, concentrated, right? We hit it hard. We give tons of tools. Take it all. You don't have to work for it. You've got everything you need, body. And then we do it really quickly. The faster you address an issue, the more quickly the body can reverse what was happening. And then you have to be consistent. Natural solutions are metabolized through our system very quickly. When you take the oils internally, with between 3 and 4 hours, they're metabolized. And so if we're struggling with something like we're sick for a while or there's a chronic issue, we need to address the issue every 3 hours. So the body always has the tools and information in its system that it needs. We don't have slow acting pharmaceuticals that can take, days or weeks to dissipate into the body. When we're putting it topically on the skin, it is effective for up to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes on the skin, and then it's absorbed. And so then you have to apply every 15 minutes. So in this case, it's an emergency. I might have a broken hand, and if I do, I need the swelling to go down as much as possible so that we can get an accurate understanding of what's going on. And if it's not broken, function will come back. So I slathered it in the deep blue, and then 5 seconds later, I put more on. Now, usually I would have waited 15 minutes, right? 5 seconds later. 5 seconds later after that, more. And I'm just working on calming myself and breathing, and the wonderful, amazing smell of this oil helps with that. It doesn't hurt anything. And immediately before my eyes, the swelling started reducing and going down. The colors started going away and dissipating. And within 5 minutes, I could completely move my hand. And even though there was pain, I could see that I didn't have any broken fingers, at least. Wasn't sure about fractures. So, and I slowed down with the oils every 30 seconds, every minute, 5 minutes, the swelling is down. Within 30 minutes, and I went from a minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes, as I saw it working, right? Within half an hour, my hand looked like this. Fully functional, I went back to work. I mean, I have been injured many times in my life because I've always been an adventurer and trying new things and jumping off of places and scaring my mom. I have never, ever had such a fast comeback, ever. Between days, weeks, months, it takes to recover from body injuries. Half an hour, never happened. So you better believe that I had this with my kids and carried it everywhere. And if they got bumps and bruises, I was all over it immediately. I just wished I'd had it when they were little. But at least we can start with where we're at. Okay, so you're probably getting bored of my stories. Let me move on here because we have more oils to go through. We've got oregano. Now, you think of oregano as a seasoning. It's a spicy plant, so it must have some immune support. Yes, check. It is also an incredible antioxidant. Like we said earlier, it helps with digestive problems as well. But it's a very strong antioxidant, which is wonderful. Now, a stronger antioxidant is what? Clove. Clove is the strongest, highest antioxidant ever. And that is in our next one, the On Guard blend. On Guard is cleansing and disinfecting. In fact, it's so disinfecting, it's so strong. This is amazing. It cleans surfaces, right? It disinfects surfaces so we can use it, and it disinfects everything. So I can use it in the bathroom, the kitchen, everywhere, on the floor, on the door handles, everything, right? Now, depending on which surface I'm using it on, those disinfecting properties continue working for up to 7 days. It's amazing. So not only do you have a long-lasting effect, which is more cost-effective as well, for surfaces like stainless steel and ceramic and glass. Obviously, wood is is able to stay there for less time. And so you have something that's going to work for a long time and be more cost-effective and be very natural and give you a lot of support as well, not just cleaning. Okay, next to that is lemon. Lemon is a disinfecting and a cleansing and an astringent. There's going to be a little kitty maybe in the video here. Sorry. Lemon is also refreshing, and it's a citrus oil, so it helps our metabolism, support our metabolism, and it lifts our mood. And next to it is, and so we can clean with that. We can clean the house, the bathroom, the laundry, the kitchen, everything. We can put it in some water, some like alcohol or vinegar, spray it on the windows, clean the windows and have a good smell. And next to it is peppermint. And peppermint is really energizing. It's uplifting. It's soothing. It's cooling. It clears our sinuses. It clears our mind. Brain fog be gone. And we love, love, love peppermint. Now, the fun thing is if you put peppermint and look up to lavender and back down to lemon, and you've got a little trio there. This little trio together, we have in some soft gels called Tri-Ease. Triple the ease of seasonal threats. Okay, so now you can use them in the soft gels, or you can also just put them in a capsule yourself. You can put them in the diffuser. You can put them in a cup of water and drink it. However you want to take it, it is going to support your seasonal issues and histamine issues and work very well. So those three together, real fun. Now, last one for today is Zengest. Zengest is all about the tummy and digestion, prevent nausea. Zengest is amazing. So we use that, like I said, from anything from a little indigestion during a meal to bigger issues like Crohn's and IBS. You can also use it for babies who have colic. Okay, so we've got our CPTG certified pure tested oils versus over-the-counter drugs. We want to fill our medicine cabinet with safe, pure, and effective doTERRA CPTG essential oils. You may notice, for example, that many of the essential oils have shared similar healing properties, which make them a really versatile tool for our wellness journey. And so let's see, what do we want to trade here? What's really remarkable is that a lot of these oils can be natural alternatives to over-the-counter medications. So, you know, unlike pharmaceuticals, which come with proven unwanted side effects, essential oils offer a gentler, proven approach to supporting your body's natural processes with proven side benefits. So when you're choosing the oils versus the drugs, you're not just addressing the symptom of the problem, but you're really working in harmony with your body to encourage overall balance and well-being and get to the root of the problem. So here are just some examples. These are not all 10 of the oils, but they're just some examples of things that we can trade if we want to. Personally, I am really grateful for this. I am so glad to be done with medications. After my surgery, I had so much painkillers, so many IVs, so much morphine. Oh, and now I'm able to combine some of these oils together to make a morphine balm. Hit it hard, hit it fast, and be consistent, and pain is to be gone. We hope most of the time. It supports that function in the body. So if the body is at all able to just rebalance itself in that very painful situation, giving it these tools that address those issues as strongly as morphine does, the body will be able to do it. So we've got peppermint, lavender. Look at all of these oils that you can supplement for Tylenol. I don't know if we have Aleve here in Israel, but I know outside of Israel, we've got Aleve. And Motrin. Look at all the oils we can substitute for Tylenol. Lavender, Zengest, Deep Blue. What's another one? Peppermint, Tylenol cold, lemon. That's incredible. Lozenges. How many lozenges have so much sugar in them? And so we have a relieving effect, and we also have a glucose spike. Yay! That's not what we're going for. So we can use, instead of lozenges, or we can actually make our own. You can DIY lozenges. Oregano, melaleuca. I think there might be one more. Oh, lemon. Yeah. Now, what you can do with this is, what I would do is I would take either some oil, like coconut oil, or water, and warm water, maybe a little bit warm, not hot, a little bit warm, especially like if you have an infection, not cold, not anything cold, but I would take that little bit of warm water. I would put these oils, I do put these oils into it, and I gargle with it. And so that is my replacement for the throat lozenges. Another thing you can do is use them in your oil pulling. So when you're doing oil pulling, just add some essential oils in. Now, you're not going to swallow that. You're going to spit it out, because also what's happening when you're doing the oil pulling, it's for a long time, 20 minutes or so. And essential oils are very drawing. Okay, we'll talk about that later too, because it affects something else in our lives. They draw out impurities. So I don't want to then swallow them, because that's been sitting, drawing and drawing and drawing for a long time. So then I'm going to definitely spit it out. Okay. Breathe can replace an inhaler. Now, eardrops. How would melaleuca replace an eardrop if you cannot put essential oils into your ears? We're going to talk about that too. Oh my. Okay, that was my doggy. Did I go too far? Nope, I didn't. Here we go. So our dilution, right? We are talking about dilution and safety. Dilution is extremely important, and it is crucial for safety and effectiveness. These oils, as you know by now, are very concentrated, and applying them undiluted can cause skin irritation, sensitivities, and sometimes adverse reactions. So we want to dilute them, because that ensures that the oils will spread evenly, allowing for safe absorption while reducing possible skin irritation. And it also allows the oil to last longer, and which makes it a more economical choice. So by properly diluting the oils, we can enjoy their full benefit while still protecting our skin and overall health. Now, in dilution, the age of the patient is very important, because younger individuals, especially babies, are very, very sensitive. They have developing systems and that are much more easily affected by the concentrated essential oils. So diluting for age is very, very important. We need to dilute for age, for size, and for health. So someone who's very, very sick needs to have more dilution, because that means that the detoxing system in the body is not able to handle the detox necessary to get all the bad things out. They're sick. They're very, very sick. So then what you have to do is to dilute, very, very high dilution, so that you give the body a little bit of help. And then it can work just a little bit more, which cleans it out a little bit more. And then you can do a little more, and the body can do a little more. And then it creates a snowball effect of healing, of a progression, a snowballing effect of progression, without bringing in the possibility for a healing crisis. Now, a healing crisis is what happens when you overload the body with support, more support than it can handle. When the body is overloaded with chemicals and toxins and sickness, it is not working properly. So it would be like taking a car engine that's all gunked up and just pouring in new oil. And so what we need to do is actually draw out as many of the impurities as we can, and slowly adding that engine oil back in. So it's not just running all over. If the body takes in more than it can handle, it has to get rid of it. And then if it can't get rid of it because it's so blocked up, then it treats it like something that's adverse to the body's function. Okay, that's a little thing on healing crisis. And also, there's another part of healing crises that can happen when you have someone who's very like detoxing from, let's say, cigarettes or drugs or something like that. When those toxins, when you have heavy toxins passing out of the body, even after like radiation and stuff like that, you can have effects from those toxins the same as when they were coming in. So someone who's detoxing drugs, if they do it too fast, they will get high. And so you don't want them to have to go through these experiences. And so you just do it more slowly so that the body is just able to go at a better healing pace. If you have any questions about that dilution chart, we're always here and can help guide you with that. So just a couple tips for safety first. We don't want to use the essential oils in plastic bottles because they draw, right? And when they're drawing, that means that they're bringing into the liquid in our bottles the chemicals that are in the plastic. So we want to use glass. We want to use stainless steel, but not plastic. Okay. A really good thing for us is that the bottles have instructions. doTERRA's careful attention to health regulations create a situation where we can always depend on what's written on the product label. This is not true with companies that are not regulated, right? Which is every other company because doTERRA is self-regulated. So it doesn't, no matter, even if, how do I say this? There are different countries that have different health regulations. So even though they don't regulate essential oil companies, they have regulations regarding what can be put on the shelf, what can be sold publicly, right? So they have different requirements. So one country might allow you to say that you can use this oil in your cooking, which means you can take it internally. Another country, Ministry of Health might say that that doTERRA can only say on the bottle that it can be used aromatically. So maybe I know that it can be used internally. But the good thing about this is that no matter what doTERRA is allowed to legally print or not, we know that our clients can always be safe as long as they follow the label instructions. So that makes it very easy for us to share with people. And even if we don't know everything about the oil yet, we can say, first, just follow the instructions on the bottle. I'll go learn some more and I'll let you know if there's other ways you can use it. That's a great way to approach a situation that you're not sure about how to use something or what the health benefits are. You haven't learned it yet. It's perfectly okay. Being an expert before you share is, so basically you want to be a doctor. Not everyone wants to be a doctor, but everyone who uses essential oils wants to share about it because they're so wonderful. So we learn how to share with the knowledge that we have and say, I can direct you to someone who knows more professional about it, or I can go learn and I will bring you the information and we're going to learn this together. This is that community that we build, supporting each other. Citrus oils. We always want to stay out of the sun when we have citrus oils on our skin because of photosensitivity. Now, yes, if anyone knows, if you dilute citrus oils correctly, they're not photosensitive. But because this is such a sensitive thing on the biggest organ in our body, the safety measure is just avoid it altogether. Everyone will do what they will do for their own body, but at least you know the safety regulations, okay? Avoid the sun between 12 and 48 hours. If you've put it on neat onto your skin, which is irritating for most skins, the citrus oil, you want to avoid for 48 hours. If it's very diluted, you can avoid for just 12. So it's a great suggestion to tell yourself or your clients or your friends that you share this with to use citrus oils in the evenings if you want to put it on your skin or under your clothes. Okay, next in safety, eyes, ears, mucous membranes. We do not put oils in the eyes, the ears, or the mucous membranes. Another situation where there can be exceptions, like when we take essential oils internally. Normally, we're taking them in our water or some kind of other food source or drink source, but some people like to just put the oils into their mouth. It's tricky. Some oils will burn you, like oregano. Any spicy oils can be way too hot. And even if you say, well, I can handle it, like I can handle boiling water, your mucous membranes can be damaged. Your taste buds can be damaged. So be careful with that. And it's just better to dilute. And so whatever you do yourself, you tell others, dilute, dilute, dilute. It can't hurt. When you're using the essential oils topically on your skin, also dilute with oils. It's better for absorption. It's better for your skin. It's not as concentrated. And it won't burn your skin if you're using the hot oils. And for children, a general safe ratio is 1 to 3 for children above 5 or 6, depending on how big they are. So some might be above 4. So if they're about the height of a 5 or 6-year-old, 1 to 3 is an easy dilution to remember. I would suggest that you just take a picture of this slide. We've already discussed a lot of these ways to use essential oils. This is just a cute little chart to remember. And don't forget, you can use it in your bath. Now, something for a bath that I love is I want to relax my muscles. I want to detox my skin. And since I take a bath if I take a bath in the morning, I'm going to use a different combination. If I take a bath in the evening, I'm always going to add serenity or lavender or vetiver, something that will help calm me down and get me ready for sleep. So I'm going to use deep blue oil for the muscles, for muscle relaxation. I'm going to add in baking soda without aluminum and sea salt with minerals for drawing out toxins from the skin and the body. And I'm going to add in a couple splashes of apple cider vinegar, again, cleaning the skin, detoxing, and toning the skin. And like evening lavender, morning, maybe peppermint, maybe something else that I like, a flower or a tree or something that makes me feel really good for the day. So that is just, now, another thing I suggest while you're in that bath with those essential oils, scrub your skin. Get a brush, get a scrub brush for skin and brush your skin all over. Take advantage of those oils that are easy to access because you're in the tub with them and just scrub everywhere. It's just wonderful. It's such a wonderful experience and it's such a beautiful part of self-care and self-love. It's just doing what is awesome for you. To be awesome, you have to do awesome for yourself. Of course, we have to do good for other people, but to truly be able to do good for other people, we have to do good for ourselves, or we don't really know what that is. And in doing good for ourselves, we learn that not everybody's the same. Everybody is so different. And we start to grow that wisdom that it takes to have the discernment to see the differences and to how to address different people's needs. So we're just going to run through a little review here of do's and don'ts. When we're using the oils topically, we are going to check the essential oil label to see if it's a suggested N, S, or D. Now, not every bottle has this. So we do have to, it might depend on the country it is produced in. When I make a roller bottle, or I can't see this N, S, or D put easily enough on the bottle, because I want people to be able to understand in my family how to use the oil, I can put a little sticker on the side of the bottle. Here's a deep blue stick. Wish I had one with a little sticker, but whatever, just a little bright sticker like orange, yellow, green, something bright, and put N, D, or S. What do they stand for? Neat, sensitive, or diluted? Hang on, I'm thinking that I might have. Okay, let me put in here the second key phrase for the certification. I forgot to do that earlier. The second key phrase for certification test is always dilute. Any way you say that is going to be accepted, okay? Key phrase for quiz, second one, always dilute. Okay, now we can do this because D, dilution, S, sensitive, meaning this is safe for sensitive skin. Dilution means must dilute all the peppermint, all the hot oils. And a lot of the minty oils can be a little too stimulating as well. Neat, N, means I can use this oil neat. So with sensitive skin means I can use it for sensitive skin. Now, I'm always want to dilute, right? Especially for sensitive skin. But this just means that for sure it's having, sorry, I keep pointing the deep blue, having that sticker on the oil tells you that this oil, for example, lavender, Roman chamomile, rose, fennel, these are very gentle oils. And even though we dilute them, they're gentle oils that are good for most sensitive skins. Even though we have the D on the hot oils and we're going to dilute them, it might still be too much for very sensitive skin. Okay, so does that make sense, the difference there? And then neat means that you can use this neat. So that's not so often, but like things that we can take internally without needing to dilute, like fennel is very, very gentle. It's not going to burn my mucous membranes. It's not going to trigger a histamine response at all, even if I put it neatly in my mouth. So that's what that stands for. Okay, don't apply the essential oils around your eyes. The fumes will be painful and make you cry. So we only put essential oils maximum to the cheekbone here. And if they're very strong, like mints, those fumes will make you cry a little bit. It's very good for eye infections, but we never want to put it here, especially those mints, man. It's like an onion, but minty. Okay, now, if you ever do get essential oil in your eye, what should you do? Common sense says no water, right? Because oil and water do not mix. And so if you put water, our first thought usually is wash it out. But this is not a chemical. This is an oil. And even though it's very, very light oil, it is still oil. Okay, so if you put water in your eyes, when you have oil in there, what is it going to do? It's just going to run away from the water. It's not going to wash out. So we had this experience, and I can tell you from experience how quickly this works. I heard my daughter scream one time. Scream. She got essential, and she was 17 years old. She knew how to use essential oils. She got peppermint in her eye. She forgot. She rubbed her eyes, burning. Even though it's just peppermint, it's not like oregano. I can't imagine how much worse that would feel. So immediately I just grabbed olive oil, I think it was what I had right close to me, and just smeared it over her eye. Just instantly pain gone, because the oil attracts to the oil and it just goes together. So I just take a tissue, I'll wipe it away, and she was good to go. Like literally, pain gone, fine. So don't use water, only use oil. Carrier oil, not a perfumed oil or anything like that, like coconut, olive oil, something like that. Okay, do dilute all of your essential oils with fractionated coconut oil appropriately according to the dilution chart. Don't apply the oil to the eyes or inner ears. Do test on small patches of skin in order to understand how that body is reacting before you apply to larger areas. Do not apply to broken, damaged, or otherwise injured skin. So we talked about how I do apply Deep Blue to injured skin. So there's a little bit of discretion in there. But generally, the idea is you don't want someone who has gotten, a scratch or a complicated damage to the skin to start pouring essential oils on it. Okay, that's not how we're going to deal with it. And even like I said, when you have a wound, like an open wound, and you want to apply the Deep Blue, you don't want to put it right on the wound. You want to put it all around the wound. Okay, I think that is clear. Do check the essential oil label for UV warnings, and do not apply to sensitive skin or mucous membranes. Internally, check the label to make sure it's approved for internal use. Ask your doTERRA, ask your upline, ask your team. Check in the book called Essential Life if you have it. Hopefully you can buy it from your team because they don't ship to Israel, but it is, we call it the Essential Oil Bible. Unbelievable. I'm going to show that to you later in the course. Do not directly consume undiluted drops of essential oil in general. Okay, you can add 1 drop per cup of water. Basically, it's a safe way to use the waters internally. The oils internally. If you're doing more than 1 drop, it's going to be very, very strong, maybe too strong. So figure that out for yourself, what's good for you. And please do not consume any oil that is not safe for consumption, which includes our eucalyptus, because it's too potent for the stomach. Okay. Slowly add to recipes and food with a toothpick. Don't just drop in. You'll lose a lot of food batches that way till you figure it out. Now, do not take more than 20 drops of essential oils internally within 24 hours. 20 in 24. Welcome to the 3rd key phrase for the certification. 20 in 24. Any answer variation of 20 drops in 24 hours is acceptable. Do add the oils to the vegetable capsule and consume. Do not give to babies and young children unless otherwise directed by a health professional or doula, midwife, aromatherapist in doTERRA, etc. Aromatically, do add 3 to 4 drops of essential oils in a cold air water diffuser, and that's for a small room. If you have a large capacity diffuser, like 1.5 liters or something, you can add 10 to 15 drops in there. Do not apply essential oils directly in or on or inside your nose. Do apply essential oils to a cotton ball and place in desired areas, like your drawer, your closet, and the car vents. Super awesome way to quickly dispel unwanted scents or just freshen up a place. Diffuse essential oils. Do not diffuse essential oils in a non-ventilated area. You need oxygen, you need other air, always ventilate, and you can combine essential oils also, like we said, in a spray bottle, mist them over linens and in the air. Do not trap animals in a closed room. Always keep the door open or the window open for them to be able to go in and out when they've had enough of the essential oils. And we're going to go over basic animal care with essential oils as well at the end of the class. End of the course. So do apply essential oils to a batch of laundry or to dryer sheets. With dryer sheets, you're taking a dry piece of cloth, you're adding lots of essential oils, and dry it. Let it dry. Don't put it in the dryer yet. Let it air dry or sun dry. And then once it's dry, use it in the dryer. Otherwise, if you put it in wet with the essential oils, it just dries out the essential oils. It doesn't bring out the aroma, right? And do put a drop of essential oils in your hand and breathe in deeply. We do this a lot. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for week 1. I know it's a lot, but there is just no need to feel discouraged or intimidated. We're just taking this one step at a time. You can rewatch this video as many times as you want. Before you take the quiz next week, you can refer to it all the time. It's going to be in our library and the YouTube within 24 hours. And just get excited about the journey ahead. You are talking really dries me out. You are invited to join us in this journey as a team, as individuals, as an observer, whatever capacity you want to be in this journey together with us. Next week, I invite you back. We're going to cover toxins and self-healing. Why is detoxing the body so important for optimal health? What are the benefits to detox? And of course, you're going to have your knowledge quiz the day before. The address for our YouTube channel is the bottom left here. @ or strudel do _ naturally rooted. That's the name of our team, and that is the name of our doTERRA channel. So thank you everyone for being with us. I'll see you next Wednesday at 5 o'clock, same link, and have an amazing week. Oh, I have to stop the recording. Thank you. Bye.